Hi and welcome again. So today we're going to look at a HTTP request and the TCP connection and the three-way handshake. How does that look in WireShark? So what I did here is just to isolate the the HTTP traffic, and this is my local IP address on my virtual machine running. And I already found a web page that's running on HTTP. So it's not HTTPS, but it doesn't really matter for the demonstration of this video. We need to see the traffic, and it wouldn't really hurt to just have it HTTP. We could do the same thing with HTTPS, but I just wanted with the HTTP. And if you wish to do that, you need to record all the traffic, and then some of it will be encrypted, of course. Anyways, I found this website here. It is a kindergarten website. It's very common that they're not really that safe. Anyways, I'm gonna refresh the site once, press enter, go back to WireShark, and we see that there is an initial GET request to the website, and there is a response to the website. Now the actual GET request here is made by me, my local IP address, which is also the filter you can see there. Now let me see if I can zoom on this a bit. There we go. Horrible big. Anyways, you can also see that, let me just maybe make it a bit bigger, that the destination is the IP of the website. Well, that is the IP of the website. You can see that if you press the first package and enter Hypertext Transfer Protocol, you see that the host is called this taxhaven.dk, which is the name of the web page. What we also see here is that we're using the GET request from the HTTP method. It's version 1.1, and the user agent is a Mozilla browser, which is of course true. It's a Firefox. And we see that I'm kind of saying that I accept this kind of stuff in my browser, this kind of, HTML and text and stuff like that. And from this request, I get a response. So you can see that it's just flipped. The IP address is flipped, so the source is now taxhaven.dk source, and destination is now me. And if we look at this just without, we see that we have the TCP protocol here. It's the first one. It's going to be HTTP 1.1 200 OK, which means that everything went well. And we see that this amount of bytes was sent, and it's UTF-8 encoded. Sorry for that. It's text HTML, and if we just close this a bit and go to line-based text, this is what is usually not visible in HTTPS, but in this particular case here, that's the payload. So we can see all the data, and that is the HTML that, the actual front page we look at here is made from. This is how the protocol would look like when you capture it on WireShark. So we can probably try and do stuff like, can we get TCP traffic? What about just TCP? And if we look at this, that's going to be a long package list. So is this still being bombarded? From my machine, it would seem that I am. So if I do this and continue without saving, go back, refresh, go back to Linux Kali, and then just shut it off. Then I recorded the actual very first three-way handshake, and we see the WireShark tells us this is the three-way handshake. This is the GET request, and so let's look at the very first send message here. I'm getting a few send messages. I'm getting 1, 2, 3 send messages, 3 send X, 3X, and then basically we are connected. So basically this is the three-way handshake. Now don't mistake this to the that there are 3 SYN packages. It is not that what it means with three-way handshake. The very first SYN, the SYN-ACK, and the ACK. So we're going to take the very first one. It's going to tell us that this package here, because you can see on the right side, it's difficult to see properly. I cannot enhance the line, but we can see that the very first part of it is a solid line, and you get some dotted lines. You see another solid line and a solid line. So the 1, 2, 3, three-way. The very first SYN package and the SYN-ACK, which is this one, is connected to each other, and the very last is the ACK. So we send the synchronization SYN flag, and they respond with the SYN acknowledgement, acknowledge my synchronization request, and then we say acknowledge to that, and then we do the GET request, and well, data is then transferred between us, because now we have an open state. What are you going to call that? The open state is then basically all about that we are sending data, and you can see that by looking at the package length here. It is 8,702, 2,454, and stuff like that. That is the data that is being sent to us, and basically that's really it. That's how a connection request looks in WireShark. You have the three-way handshake, you have the HTTP request, and that is how the connection is then established. Now, pay attention to that. This is the TCP protocol we're using, and this is how the internet is built. It's built upon TCP protocol. Most stuff runs on TCP because it controls the connection and verifies that all packages are being sent and received. There's also a protocol called UDP protocol, which is unreliable in terms of data transfer. However, it is mainly used for streaming, for example, and some computer games. Okay, so I guess this video is kind of getting to an end. We learned about how the TCP traffic and how the HTTP traffic looks in WireShark when we hit update in a browser, what is being generated. So if you're going to look for that and you see this in WireShark, you know that if you see this SYN, SYN-ACK, and ACK messages, you know it's a part of three-way handshake, the connection initialization of the TCP protocol. And that is totally okay, because this is how the protocol works. Then you see the actual GET request, you see some data being sent, and you see that you're getting the 200 okay, so things are fine. After this, I stopped it, so basically we can also see that the IP address of 18, it's not really present here. I could probably go in here and say only traffic from 18, 196, 69, 244, and then press enter, and then we can see that the only amount of traffic we have here is actually within the threshold of us creating the connection and having this HTTP request, and then the exchange of data to me from the server, well, the web server that I requested from, the taxhaven.dk. So this is how it looks in WireShark, and you can use the filter here called ip.addr for address, then 2 equal signs and whatever IP address there is. I haven't really specified whether this is the I think it's ip.dest, yes, the dest, or the source src. You can also press that, but since I'm only saying address, it verifies for both destination and source, which is a great way for you to filter out just anything within that IP address, because then you don't see anything else. If we're gonna do this, just one more time, and we are starting a new record, then I go to the website. If you want to see this live, this is for your demonstration only, then I press update on the site, and then we see the traffic being generated. I then go down, and you can see it still downloads some stuff. because the website is kind of slow, I guess. And then basically you'll see that this is the way it is. Now, I'm not really sure why it create 3 connections requests. So three-way handshakes. I'm not really sure about that because I haven't looked at it. But there are 3. I can see that. Nothing wrong with it. It's just something you need to know, that sometimes more than one connection is being established to actually transfer the data from your server to you, because it's probably some multi-thread handler. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Okay, so I hope you learned something from this video, and I'm going to create some more WireShark videos in the future. And if you really like this video, please consider subscribing, liking the video, leave a comment below, ask any questions. I will get back to them. Until next time, have a very great day.